Yo, 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 you tuning into the Notion Podcast. I'm your host, Dizzy D Spill, with my co host in the building.
Jelani Evans.
Welcome back, brother.
What's going on,
Oh,
brother?
by the way, this is Boss Talk, ladies and gents. You know, one of your favorites. One of your
If you didn't
favorites.
know.
Welcome back, brother. How you been?
If you didn't know. Man, I've been blessed. God is the greatest. I've been enjoying life. Wine tasting, wine bars, cigar lounges. I'm sleeping in late. I'm just enjoying life right now. I can't complain.
Lottery life. Okay, great.
How you feeling? How you doing?
I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. I'll tell you right now.
Bro, like,
I mean,
it's,
yeah, God is good. Just been water tasting. Losing
oh
sleep, lack
man,
of sleep, sleep deprivation.
bro. I don't even want to say what I was gonna say there because
The
that's like I
opposite.
just now rubbing it
I
in.
should have just said the opposite.
Yeah, bro. Like I got like 18 and a half. I mean, not 18, 8.5 hours of sleep last night, bro. Like I wake up, I hit the gym, I work out, and then the rest of my day is just low key. I've been taking midday naps. I'm like chilling right now,
Midday naps. My kids don't even take.
man. Bruh. And I ain't gonna lie, if they knew the value of them, they gonna watch when they get older. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have been taking them naps. Pops and moms was telling
Bro,
me to
they
take
work
because that's how I
overtime.
was feeling.
They work overtime
Like,
for free.
I'm not really working at all.
Oh, I gotta holler at you about something off mic
Uh,
that might be connected with something you used to do. But before that's yeah.
I mean, I still take care of the F and F, the family and friends, But I mean,
Yeah.
like, I'm chilling right now.
Yeah. As you should be, sir. As you
Kind of
should be.
feeling tired, bro. Kind of feeling tired. It's wild.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, a lot of people are tired. This government shutdown is really pissing a lot of people off. Uh
Yeah, I think that might be the holdup with some things I got in the works as well, which is it's a trip how this government shutdown is affecting so much and so many different things due to the extent the government has been shut down. How
yeah.
many days has it been now? Like 30, how many days? To look it
Over
up. It's
30
gotta
days,
be
right?
more.
It's didn't it set a new record, correct?
Did it? Because the last one was
Yeah.
like 40 days.
I think it I want to say it's a record or it's about to be a record. It's record of something. I'm not 100% sure. But I I did not realize, and maybe it's because I just been out of touch with doing a lot of traveling. I didn't realize that now it's affecting traveling to where people are gonna get flights canceled. I know in California here, the only thing that's for certain is I think SF, but LAX, Sacramento, a lot of those flights are getting canceled, and the ones that look promising, you have to be at the airport 3 4 hours early, back just kind of like the whole 9/11 thing that happened. So
And, well, we
I would
had
not want to
so
be
maybe
traveling
well,
right now for the
and
holidays, I'll
foremost,
tell you that.
it's been 39 days,
Okay. Okay.
and yeah, that's wild. And
Yeah.
the record was 35, but it's been 39 days. So yes, it has set a new record, like you stated. And the thing about um, you got to think about TSA workers or government workers.
Yep.
If they're not showing up, if they're calling in, if they're, what I'm saying, choosing not to be present, then that means it's going to take longer to get checked out and get your bags taken care of and everything else. And then also, what is it
Even
that,
if you have
uh,
clear, it's not going to help.
yeah, nah, the lines aren't clear. There, the air traffic controllers,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different people that are being affected by this from a standpoint of financial. And I
Mhm.
mean, like, nobody likes to work for free, except your kids, they're doing OT. but that's a different thing. So like nobody likes to work for free. So it's been wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of crazy to think about how much it has affected travel. And the crazy part is they're expected to have more cancellation and more delays. Like it's somewhere at like 4% with the way things are going right now, and they're expecting it to possibly hit 15 to 20%. That's wild. And I realized that because I had plans to do some traveling just on the spur. I was having a conversation with some people close to me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna catch a flight. I started looking up flights. It's like I don't know if you want to do that, and I was like, why not? It's like you might be able to fly in, but you might not be able to fly out. You might mess around
Right.
and become a resident. It's like,
Right.
what do you mean? It's like because they're canceling flights left and right. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And then if you are getting a flight out, like you said, you got to be there hours in advance just because getting through the gates and getting through security is taking you feel me a third of the day seems like.
Absolutely.
So
And
it's
the thing
very
that's
important.
trippy about it is they never even fixed or never really remedied the air traffic control situation because there's still plane crashes that are happening. There's still a whole lot of
Man.
stuff that's going down. And that was scary for a lot of travelers for a minute because it was like, yo, like what's going on? And it's just, I don't know, man. It's amazing to me that government shutdown can affect so much, but the people that are responsible for the shutdown are not really affected at all. That's what it seems like.
No, because they're still getting they're good. They
Yeah,
have money stocked up. They have nest eggs, and now in some cases, I think some of them are still getting paid.
yeah. And
So
I
like
just believe something like
not
that needs
affecting
to
them.
change. I've spoke on that like before, like off mic with people, and I just believe that if they had to experience what everyone else has to experience through this shutdown, I think stuff would get done a lot quicker. I looked into it, and you know, you have people that are like party over country, right? And it's, oh, the Dems, oh, the Republicans. And the interesting thing to me about this, because I've slowly just found myself getting pulled into politics, and I said, you know what, maybe I do need to pay more close attention because of things that can affect like benefits for my children, you know what I'm saying, benefits for us.
Mhm.
And so when I started looking into it, basically the government shutdown is because the Democrats refused to vote on a bill with the Republicans that, you know, I guess they tried to leverage the bill that they wanted the Democrats to vote for with the fact that the Democrats wanted an extension on the Affordable Care Act. And so they're like, basically like, nah, we're not worried about that. Just sign this and be good with this. And the Democrats that they need the votes for were like, no, if you're not going to give an extension to something that is needed for millions of Americans, right? Then we'll just tie our hands. And so what they're trying to do now, it seems like they're trying to just wait it out to where people are going to lose their benefits anyway. So people are not getting food.
Nope.
Benefits might be going away because they haven't came to an agreement on that. People can't even travel
Like
because federal workers aren't working. It's just, I mean,
bro,
the list is crazy.
the
Yeah.
snap situation is wild because it was like Trump went to cancel everything, and then there was judges saying like, no, you can't put a hold on it. All the SNAP benefits need to be paid out by Friday, and then another judge comes in and puts a halt to that. So it's just like, bro, they playing with people's emotions, benefits, livelihood. Like,
And then turn
it's
around and be like,
really
"Oh, look,
scary.
it's them. They're not voting. They're not playing." And it's like, come on, man. Like some people really will believe that, right? And it's crazy because you know who's also getting affected is a lot of people that voted for this administration. It's a lot of them
Yeah,
that are being affected by it. So,
yeah, all them red states are pissed right now because they're like in the Midwest,
oh yeah,
right? Specifically in the Midwest and a lot of rural areas.
hmm,
Yeah, they hurting out there.
right.
They're
Well, a
like they're
lot of them
affected a little bit more by this than some of the other states.
are dependent on the federal funding. Like there's only a handful of states in this country that they use federal funding, but a lot of stuff is state funded. But it's like what happens when you're a red state and everything is federally funded and a shutdown happens and you blame Let's not forget they have the presidency, they have the House and the Senate, and they're kind of
Mhm.
dominant with the Supreme Court.
Yep, kinda.
Yeah,
Aren't all nine of them?
I don't.
We
Is it
won't get
all of
into
them?
that.
I don't know, but I know they're dominant in
It's
everything.
got to be at
So
least 7 or 8. I
so
thought it was 9.
it's like when I hear the blame game, it's like listening to it's like the owner of the Lakers saying, "Man, if they would just listen to me, then maybe what? You're the owner. You're in charge. You have control. What are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
do feel for a lot of families, but what's weird is I went grocery shopping today, right? And it was packed.
Hmm.
I mean, the noodle aisle was completely empty. They're like, I think I think ramen noodles had to go up in stocks. You know what I'm saying, as far as
I should have
shares.
bought some.
But there was a gang of people in the grocery store, so I don't know if people are still getting their money or using the last bit of their money. I'm glad I went when I did because I feel like within the next week and a half, everything that people need for Thanksgiving is going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh, well, probably because a lot of people are panicking, or they
yeah,
actually have the finances right now and want to stock up and get things before it gets too late. And I just looked it up. 6 of the 9 are Republicans for the Supreme Court,
yeah,
just in case anybody
yeah.
was wondering.
So the
6 of the 9.
majority.
But yeah, man. Exactly, definitely. But
Yeah, man.
he said all the noodles was gone. That's wild.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
feeling. I really am feeling for a lot of families because that's another narrative that's been getting pushed around with the shutdown. Is that now people that are on benefits are being attacked, like, well, the illegal immigrants is getting all of the free, and it's like, no, they're not. Just like with the Medicare, the Medicare thing that the Democrats were trying to get extended, they're saying, oh, they want to give free Medicare to illegals. If you're illegal, you can't get Medicare. Like, you have to be treated in the ER can't turn you away, but you don't have medical
yeah,
benefits
but
as an illegal
you
alien.
still gonna get that bill,
Yeah, so it's like that's
bro.
that's that's another false narrative as well. But
A
yeah, I
ride in
mean,
that truck is 500 by itself.
bruh,
I
for
drive
real.
myself there, shot no, one arm, whatever. I was
For real, man. It's insane, bro. It's insane. And then the ad and then with all of that going on, right?
hmm
This is what I found interesting as well too. Now, of course, this was a little while ago, not too long ago. The U.S. Senate votes to reject Trump's global tariffs on more than 100 countries. I did like this, but I thought this was a big red flag to let people know just how bad it's gotten to where now, with all the control that the party that this administration has, there's been given some pushback on Trump.
I mean, yes and no.
Hmm.
And I say that because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean a lot. Because the vote was what, 51 to 47?
Yeah,
Yeah, 51 to 47, with 4 Republicans siding with the Democrats to vote about the tariffs. But that was the Senate, correct?
true. Yeah, so there's still another phase, you know.
And so, like, that was the Senate, and that's going to send a message to the president, but that's not necessarily going to affect the House. The House actually has a law in place.
Right.
And 'cause I was like reading up
Yeah, you
on it,
want to
let me
break you
make
want to
sure
break
I
that
get
down for
this
the
right.
peoples?
So, there is the Senate, which is senators, and then there's the House of Representatives.
Right.
And so, even though the Senate is showing opposition, it won't necessarily affect the House. And the reason because there's a law in place. I'm trying to find out exactly where it speaks on what that law is. It doesn't change the law. It's mostly symbolic. So it really doesn't matter. Like altogether, what it means is that the members of Congress are criticizing what the president is doing as far as imposing tariffs without Congress's approval, but it doesn't have any practical effect. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just a warning. It's sending a message. It's not gonna really change anything initially. Like the House would have to fall in line with the Senate for it to even be possible.
Well, the
which is
last
wild.
thing you want is a couple bolts getting loose on a tire. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's. I think people are starting to look at the whole picture. You know, regardless if they're the same party, and they're saying, "Hold on, this is being affected, which affects me." You know what I'm saying, or affects my family, or you know, and that's common. That's the traditional way of, all right, I'm going to make this decision because I can. And then when the people affected, when they have their close loved ones or whatever situation they have going on, now they're like, wait, hold on, I didn't think this all the way through. We really need to think about this. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's not a huge win, but it's definitely some form of a red flag that a couple of minds are starting to kind of shift. Like, well, hold on, bro, it's starting to get a little out of. It's been getting out of hand, but those that have been contributing to it are starting to seem like they have a mindset of like, you know what, this is getting too much out of hand, and this could be jacked up for all of us moving forward. You know,
But yeah, 100%. Like, well, because you seen what happened initially, right? He imposed all them tariffs, and then what did these other countries start doing? They started raising their percentage on tariffs as well, and things start getting expensive, and some things start to even become inaccessible.
right?
From a point of being in business and being a consumer,
Yep.
it makes a lot of things um, inaccessible,
Right.
right? Or it raises the prices to get goods, get products,
Yep.
produce, sell, buy, like it across the board. Like it's there's already inflation, bro.
Yeah.
Inflation is already disrespectful, and then you implement these tariffs that have an effect on how we buy and shop. Like, bro, like prices have risen exponentially. Like
Yep.
it's rough out here. You feel me? Like people are really like gas to get to work or food to feed the family. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to make a decision between either of those because you need the gas to get to work because that's how you're making the money. But if you're only making the money to go back and forth to work and you can't feed the family, what's the point of working?
Right. Right. and
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 so
and you should have to make
it's
that
crazy.
that choice between the two out of everything as well. And
You
I think
shouldn't.
that's the thing that's starting to affect everybody in its entirety. If you're a business owner, or if you have an investment portfolio and your investments aren't doing well because people aren't buying because the tariffs have been imposed, and now people are cutting back or going different directions, going to different countries to get different goods, it turns into it's a domino effect that's not been thought about when imposing tariffs. You think you're going to come in and strong arm everybody, as if no, as if you're the only
Well,
one that has value. You know?
it wasn't thought about because he doesn't care.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah. That's been
speaking
established for
specifically
sure.
about the president, yeah. Well, he's operating from his point of view, and him being in that 1%. A lot of stuff, a lot of rules and things don't affect him, and if they do, they affect businesses, and it works in his favor, right? And so I just looked it up there. The rule blocking House action is an internal House rule passed by the House Republicans preventing tariff resolutions from reaching a vote. So basically, even though the Senate has voted and they feel some type of way, it won't reach the House and the House won't be voting on it because there's a rule in place blocking it from getting to that point where a vote is taken to develop a resolution for the situation. So
Yeah. Well, it's
the
funny that
Senate
you.
voting is symbolic, but it doesn't, what I'm saying, it doesn't implement any immediate changes.
Nah, no, not at all. I will say that one of the things that you said that I had to think about is, you said that the decisions that he's making, it doesn't affect him. But the funny thing is, if he wasn't in the position he was in, it would affect him because it's everything in his atmosphere. For example, his wife is not a native, not an American born American, right? But the
Basically, what you
focus
saying,
is
she could
on
be
getting
swept up by
people
ice
out,
right now.
huh?
That's it. So basically, you saying she could be swept up by ice right now.
Right. If he wasn't who he was, right? So you have that. And then even with the businesses, the way that businesses are being affected, if you're not in those top 1%, because I did an episode where I talked about the whole drama between Gavin and Trump and leading up to SNAP benefits being cut, right? and he was talking about
Mhm.
the White House's demolition for this ballroom, and a lot of people came out and saying, "Well, that's not taxpayer dollars, so why is it a big deal?" And so when I did my homework on it, the reason why it was a big deal is because of who the investors were that were donating, and it was all the billionaires. And you think they're
Yeah, all
donating
his friends.
and you think they're donating because they just want to see a ballroom? No, they're donating because they're going to get hooked up tax wise, and all the certain things are going to be changing as far as in for their benefit, and not the rest of the countries. So even the people that were defending it don't even realize that you're getting screwed while you're defending all these billionaires. You're getting screwed. It's beyond capitalism. It's just flat out, if you're in the top 1% and you're rocking with him, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. But small businesses, mid businesses. I mean, we're seeing. I just seen a Starbucks down the street get shut down. Now I think that was kind of like on the political side with, I think, Palestine and Israel. That's why Starbucks is getting hit. But at the same time, seeing thriving businesses closing down shops when they're guaranteed to make money because of the brand is telling when you're looking at tariffs, shutdowns, and all of this other stuff. But when it comes to, like I
Bro,
said, Trump, if he wasn't in the position he was in and it was somebody else doing it, he would be affected too, because he's not one of the top billionaires either.
nah. Like it's funny that you say the businesses because I mean, like, look at what happened with I can't think of I know the company, but I'm trying to think of what really um I can't think of what it was because they stopped doing something. There's like uh the where it was all inclusive. I can't think of what is it. Help me
DEI?
out here. Uh, DEI,
Yeah.
right? And there was a lot of businesses and companies that moved away from it because it
Yeah.
was no longer something that they had to do, right? Did
Right.
you see how much the stock dropped on Target?
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
see how much, like, bro, they were losing billions because they decided to not be inclusive. You feel me? Like that
And this
deterred a
then the
lot of
CEO
people
end up
away from
stepping
them.
down too.
Huh?
Didn't the CEO end up stepping down as well, or the chair? I think it was the CEO.
Yeah, well, okay, so the thing about that is he stepped down as CEO and took a different executive position that is almost lateral to what he's doing now.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So him stepping down was for the public. It was almost like a publicity stunt because he's still a part of the company. He's still in a high ranking position. He's still making the same type of money he was beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when they're stepping down, that doesn't mean that they're moving away. They haven't been fired. They haven't been let go. They still have their hands in the company and they're still making things happen. They're just not the the head or the face of the brand anymore, so to speak.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. But they did implement a policy for the
Yo, oh, wow,
they
that's
did implement a
wild.
policy saying it. Yo, I when I seen this, I thought this was hilarious, right? Because the wife, she's part of a mom group, and one of the moms, I think, works on the corporate side, and she's like a little worried because they've been letting a lot of people go. A lot of companies have been letting a lot of their corporate people go. I mean, we're seeing it out here.
1,800 corporate roles.
Yes,
1,800 corporate roles were moved from Target to be specific, and it
right,
was to help things move faster. I don't know what that means, but all
right
right.
after they lost billions, though, right? Yeah, but they said, you know what?
Coincidence.
The answer wasn't the fact that we got rid of DEI. It's not the reason that, it has nothing to do with us laying people off. It's because they're not smiling more. As if they're giving people a reason to smile to begin with.
You know, so little insight. Some years ago, oh, it's been a while. I worked for Target.
Never knew
I did
that.
not like that place. I did not like that place at all. Um, they suck. I don't know any other way to say it, bro. Like it's just not it's not a great place to work. You know what I'm saying? Like the staff is kind of miserable. The managers and shift leaders
They do
are
not
kind
look
of
happy,
pricks.
bro.
the energy and the thing, and that's what I'm saying. It's like the energy around that place
Mm,
isn't the greatest. A lot of people are working because they have to,
right.
not because they want to. So of course they're at the job and they're not, hey, how's it going? Welcome in, come to Target, because that's not how they're feeling, bro. Like a lot of people are frustrated with their jobs and the employment that they have. So
Probably
telling them to
overworked
smile
because
more is
people are
like,
quitting. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to
and
Chick-fil-A
then
the
and they're
hell out of
expecting you to
Target.
do more than what they're trying to get you to do more than what you're being paid for. You get paid a certain amount, and your job is to be there, be present, and make sure that you're executing. All of the friendly, happy-go-lucky energy I want. Like I'm gonna be honest, that costs extra.
Yes, it does. Yes, if I'm being
Like,
paid for my time, if that's the exchange, yeah, it should be more. But you'll let a lot of what happens is a lot of companies manipulate people. They manipulate their employees and they say we're looking for people that's going to go the extra mile, and there's no guarantee with that extra mile. But if you reverse that
I
same
ain't got the right
request,
shoes for
you reverse that same request and
that.
say, "Yo, give me 3 months pay in advance and trust that I come in every day after that." They're gonna laugh in your face, but they want you to go the extra
You
mile
ain't
with
got
no
it.
guarantee.
Like I said, extra mile. I ain't these SLCs ain't built to go the extra mile. We gon' you know what I'm saying? And it's like so like the smile rule is what a, a customer comes within 10 feet of you, you're to greet them and acknowledge them, and then if they come in a 4 feet, you're supposed to ask them if they need any assistance and ask them how their day's going. I'm being 100% honest with you. If you ask me that, I'm probably gonna tell you none of your business.
Here,
How's my day going, bro? Why you bring these
yo,
things up? You shut up.
the
Like,
you could tell that was a rushed idea because you know, say is Joey had a rough morning before he had to go into Target. Caught his girl cheating. Somebody stole his rims. He had to take an Uber to work, and then he's expected that every 10 to 4 feet he's with the customer. I'm happy about it. Yeah, I'm.
welcome in. Greetings and salutations.
you you remember
It's not happening.
you remember as a kid when you got disciplined, right? And it could have been grandma, auntie, uncle, whoever, and you get smacked, and then they have the audacity to say, "Now fix your face," and you're sitting there looking like a psychopath, and eyes watering, and you're like, "Nah, yeah." That's what that reminds me
Yeah,
of.
it's not
That
happening.
that's what that
You're not
reminds
gonna
me
say
of.
now. Be quiet, before I gave you something to cry about. You actually just did.
Yeah, you
That was enough
delivered.
right
You
there.
definitely
Yeah,
delivered.
yeah. It just I don't know. I'm be honest. Like I will say, I do like to be acknowledged when I go into businesses.
Yeah,
I do because
yeah.
if you don't acknowledge me, I kind of don't want to spend no money. I might like I've walked into places not being acknowledged and like, you know what? I don't want to shop here.
I don't. You know what? I don't even want to buy these today. Just gonna go buy something
And
else.
then I've been in certain places where I've been acknowledged and the customer service was top tier. And I was like, this is these are the type of places I want to shop
I
at.
could get jiggy
And
with
the
it.
thing about it is, bruh, right? Like they greet you, they acknowledge you, they're chipper, they're happy. And the crazy thing about it, it seems genuine.
Yeah.
And then when they ask me about my day, it's like, oh, I'm having a good day. How are you doing? Because I am having a good day, and you having a genuine attitude kept that flow going.
Right.
Like, bro, I got three stores I can tell you about right now that I love going to, and it's not just because of the products; it's because of the service.
Yeah. I
They're not
mean
sponsoring it, so I'm not
it
going to
does
say it. But
matter. We can't sit up here and say that it doesn't because we'll be the first ones. A customer is the first one to try to take a whole company down because of one bad experience. So that
oh
is
yeah, I
fair.
know. I'm a Yelper. I am a Yelper. Okay, it goes down. I'm not playing. That is whoa, bad service. I leave a review from the car. I can't believe these people. They are inconsiderate,
Yeah.
unprofessional, in the store smell.
I'm not. I had I had a very confusing complaint I had to make. It was a DoorDash situation. I had to wait a whole hour for an order. It had nothing to do with the dasher. The restaurant was like, "Hey, we're behind. Can you wait another 20 minutes?" When the dasher was there to pick it up. So the dasher was communicating. So I gave the Dasher 5 stars, and I like made this huge
Not a tip.
complaint, huh? Yeah, no, no,
Not a tip. Just
he
five
got a tip.
stars.
Yeah, he got a tip because it wasn't his fault. But then I made a complaint about the restaurant. I was like, yeah, they made me wait over an hour. You know, this messed up my lunch and da 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 da. But the food was fire. I didn't put that down because you messed it up.
Nah,
It would have tasted better if it was on
you
time.
made, you made everything. Yeah, just because the food is good doesn't omit the service,
Well,
the
if it takes
delays,
over
or
an
the
hour, it should
inconvenience.
be good. It should be a lot of TLC into making that play.
It should be free.
Yeah, it really should have been, but then DoorDash was like, hey, this was met within a certain time frame of when y'all was like, whatever, dog, whatever. I'm gonna get you next
Man, give
time,
me
gadget.
credit. Give
I'm
me
gonna get you
give me
next time,
credits,
gadget.
DoorDash.
For
I don't
real.
want to hear that. I
But
want
I mean,
credits.
I think it's if this was any other company, right? If it wasn't Target, if it was someone else, I don't know, like Walmart, they need a lot of work. That would be understandable. But it's like you guys have been in
I
the
read something
about what?
in this article talking about Target in a competition, talking about Walmart has had a 10-foot rule in place for a while now, and I found that interesting because I was like, no, they don't.
I
If
don't
they
think
do, it's not
I've
being implemented. I don't
ever
walk past a plethora of Walmart employees that looked at me like, "Why are you shopping in my store?
I don't think I can remember a time
Why am I in the store?"
Target Target or Walmart where somebody greeted you other than at the door or something like that, and they're like, "Hey, can I help you with something?" Unless you're in somebody's area where they're already working, and you look like you're trying to find something, then maybe yeah. But nah, never have I. You're not gonna find that type of customer service unless you're at the mall, and even them they drop the ball in those stores. But it's
I
more
have
common
been
in
in
in those
Walmart
kind of retail stores.
in the same aisle as an employee, looking lost as hell, and they did not acknowledge me. I had to, excuse me, hey, excuse me, yes. Do you know where you see me looking around and you see me? They're not initiating anything, bro. So I just and we were closer than 10 feet. So that is cap. I don't believe that.
And it's
They
because
it was in the article,
don't
but I don't believe that.
it's because they don't want to be there. And I'm gonna be honest, you can't really blame a lot of these retail workers when they're there for a check. If you're not gonna give some kind of incentive for them to go the extra mile, everything has some form of an incentive because everything you do has a result. And what these companies fail to understand is that if you don't apply that in these situations, you're going to get the same result. You're telling people, well, if you want to keep your job, do this, that, and the other. Well, the last thing you want is for anybody to leave because you guys are like in the red in a lot of different areas is and with reputation. Now I seen an article, I couldn't verify if it was true, where they're trying to do some initiatives with working with I guess black entrepreneurs and stuff, but I don't even know if that's true. That could be stuff that's made up. Cause now, when I look at all these different blog sites and I see a story, I gotta fact check it because they'll be way off. It's kind of like that whole what we were just talking about with the whole vote against Trump with the tariffs. A lot of blog sites made it sound like it was just this big W because they're not understanding the processes. You know what I'm saying? And so they start talking about it, and then people are like, yeah, see, people, and it's like, nah, really, Read. This is just like one step out of like the next three or four. So right now we're still at a kind of doesn't matter stage. But when it
And the
comes to
frustrating part is it doesn't really affect the next couple of steps. It just kind of puts a warning, a red light out there.
right, and so when I look at something like retail, I mean, they got you got to treat your people better, man. You know what I'm saying? Just because you could
No,
get away with
100%.
paying them week wages, don't mean that you can treat them like crap too. I mean, that would be a thing. If you're getting low wages, make them feel like this is the greatest place to be at work. Provide lunches or like I said, incentives. And I think a lot of that
And
stuff is gone.
I was thinking like when you were talking about incentives, because it's like for a lot of people, the check itself is the incentive.
Right.
But even with that, being the incentive, bro, they feel like they're being underpaid in a way that don't match the work that they're already doing.
Right.
So a lot of people are showing up to work frustrated but needing the job.
Right.
And if you have an environment that sucks to work in, what?
Yeah.
You
Well, there's
what
a
I don't
reason why
even
there's a
I don't
certain
even have
age
that
group that
energy
work
to
there.
give. The inexperienced and the young or the old and close to retirement?
Yeah, because you can kind of take advantage of both age groups.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because most of us come from that when
But
we
you know,
first started working in the workforce. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's crazy.
yeah, yeah.
It's
It
something else,
sucks.
man. But you know,
It sucks.
anyways, we definitely got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And our fans, they don't they don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get out of here, man. Anyways, for those that's tuning in to this episode and tuning into the Notion for the first time, you definitely gotta subscribe, turn your notifications on at the bell. You know where to find us. You know where to find Jelani. Hey man, you want to let folks know about the you know what I'm saying? That the fly shirt you got there.
Oh, this joint,
Yeah, that joint right there.
man, this is a Supima cotton tee with a brick logo design, which I really, really have been enjoying. I'm actually planning to do a drop this month. So if you're not following Kicks and Sneakers, definitely go to the IG and follow. It'll be on the story. I don't really post anymore, but man, I swear I've been loving these shirts, bro. Like they wear wonderful, they wash well, and they oh, Supima cotton, top tier. I promise you.
That's right. Never heard of it before. Uh but yeah,
I
definitely
wouldn't
you
lie to you.
guys definitely check out Kicks and Sneakers, follow directions if you want to if you want to be a part of the drop and getting something. But yeah, you've been tuning into the Notion podcast. I'm your host, Dizzy D Spill, with my co-host in the building.
Jelani Evans.
And this is another episode of Boss Talk. Until next time, peace.